And here we are, back streaming again, working on some more Glen Case music. As soon as Cubase gets started up here, I had to reboot. Today I've got a couple things planned here. We're gonna add some organs here to this little old lady track that I worked on last time. And then I've got a little special thing. We're gonna work on another Glen thing. It's for the Camp Handsome podcast. He's got an outro recorded for us, and I'm going to use that to show how you can sync tempo to audio that wasn't recorded to a click. So we'll do that in a little bit as well. So let's get this little old lady opened up first. Get this chat window popped out. There we go. Now I can see if any of you lovely people want to talk to me. There we are. All right, so now we've got this track open. Last time I worked with it, I wanted to add some organ and things and did not get to do that, so I'm going to work on that now. I believe we've got an expand synth here. That we had added last time. So let's take a look at this. I think I want that to come in before the choruses. And I feel like I'm hearing this. That's what I'm hearing. So let's try and get that in here. I feel like probably the second half is where we want that. So right here we're gonna. Truth is I'm new in sound, and I know how that must sound. So pardon me as I browse around. And those chords. I should have written those down last time. It would have made my life easier now. Let's hear the bass. Doom. Yeah, it's E. Okay. I think maybe we just double that on this grindy organ. Click there. No. Let's bump this thing down an octave so I can play it up here. Okay, changed it there. Get out of the way. Let me hear this. Let's move these over here. Bum, bum, bum. Correct. G sharp, sorry. That goes down to E. I'm just gonna play that a bunch of times. Okay, so let's take that and we will glue those together. Some people care more than others about having their clips glued together. I like to have things like in sensible chunks. You don't have to do that, but to me it makes things a little easier. I am going to use the trick here where I want those to be legato. Oh. I'm going to do the same thing here. Let's make all these legato. It's probably going to make the last note, yep, way too long. And let's look at this. We go. Go to the B. Happened here? Why did that happen? What's going on? Was that sloppy? I do have it set to auto quantize my playing, so. In Cubase, that is super easy. You just pull up your transport here and you turn auto cue on and it will follow whatever you've set up here for your quantizing. Hit F2 to kill that back again. No? What? Why does it sound funny, Glenn? What's going on here? Why is this note 5 times as long as it needs to be? Get back over there. It's one of these days where the computer just wants to be difficult. F naturals. And when we get here where he's walking that, we're not going to double. Also, this organ is clearly way too loud. So it's not going to be eating up the space that the bass is occupying quite so much as it is right now. And let's do a quick check there. There we go. Yeah, it looks like we got good volumes. What do we have over here? Yeah, excellent. Okay, it's almost like I've done this a couple times now. Okay, so when we get here, the question then becomes, what do we want the organ to stay? Do we want the organ to go? I think this first chorus, the organ's just going to be gone. I don't think I want it in there. Because we've got these two guitars doing their thing. Then when we get to this part here, we bring the organ back in. Blueprints of melodies, old sonic recipes. Good thing I charged my batteries. And now I walk. I have a suspicion this sound is going to change. I'm not feeling this grindy organ as much as I would like. Although I might, let's look at this sound a little bit now that we've got something programmed in we can listen to. I'm going to put my locators there and set it to loop. Blueprints of melodies, old sonic recipes. Good thing I charged my battery. Don't think I need echo on it. Let's get the reverb instead. I think that's what I'm gonna get from that. So let's look over here. This dirty 70s organ. So dirty 70s is good, but let's look at and see if we got anything else here. Let's get ourselves. Not feeling that even a little bit. Now we're getting somewhere. Now let's look here. And one of the things that I like about Expand Synth is that you can layer up to 4 parts. You can set them to be different key zones, different tunings. You can set them to be different MIDI channels, so you can use it to be as many as 4 completely separate instruments being triggered by separate MIDI tracks, or you can use it as one big instrument with 4 completely independent instruments being triggered all by the same MIDI track, which is what we're doing here. I've got this full bars organ and then this full rock organ, and I feel like I want to add the 70s one back in as well, and then we're going to blend these. I'm going to pan them, and it's going to be a big, thick, fat sounding organ, and I feel like I want to come down here. It may kill it when we start putting chords on this, but let's look here and see. If we go to synth basses, if I can get some sort of a saw bass underneath. Let's solo just that. And I cut a lot of the bass off of the EQ. I have perhaps cut too much bass off of the EQ if we're gonna get down with these shenanigans here. So let's get that. Let's turn this off. Too much reverb now as well. That is a nice, it's not too heavy. Oh. I don't think I like that, because the part of the reason I wanted this thing was for the attack. So let's look at this. You can, if you're looking at expand, you can use these smart knobs. Right now it's on easy, which is just the overall synth. What I want to do is just look at part D. Mono this polyphony cutoff resonant envelope release. I was really hoping for slide or portamento control on it. Slightly detuned oscillator on knob 1, because of course you want to do that. No, that sounds pretty good. Now this Dirty 70s is one we had originally. What I want is distortion. Drive, here we go. Okay, let's look at this. Let's look at this. Little less drive. Then on the, see, that is no drive. Let's give it all the brightness. Okay, now let's blend these together. So we've got this synth bass. I feel like I want this guy to come down as well. Now let's see how that blends in with Glenn's bass, because that's what it's going to be in the mix that it potentially will fight against the most. We'll bring the whole thing down a bit. I need to edit that a little so we can delete that one. Yeah, that sounds way better legato. And I did not play that legato. That's getting there. I'm digging that now. What did I do with let's
Charge my batteries.
got that, and I kind of want to add on the next section. Let's see if we can get away with some chords.
And now I walk around with treasures I bought and found, enveloped my ears, caressed with sound. A little old.
Good and proper rattly. That's starting to sit in the arrangement better. 16th notes? I don't need 16th notes, do I? I need 8th notes. Now, maybe we do need 16ths. No, we need 8ths. 8ths is good. 1 and 2. Yeah.
And now I walk around with treasures I bought and found, enveloped my ears, caressed with sound. A little old lady.
There we go. So now we can edit that. We will bring this over here. Lengths. I don't want to do legato quantize.
And now I walk around with treasures I bought and found, enveloped.
I'm feeling like all of these.
And now I walk around with treasure. And now I walk around with treasures I bought and found, enveloped my ears, caressed with sound. 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 A little old lady. Sound. Ears caressed with sound. A little old lady who was in charge of the place. She said, take your
You have no mic from me. Are you sure I'm just not talking? It's possible that I'm just not talking. OBS thinks that we have mic. Come back to me, Beefy. We have mic. I was just not saying anything. Look, sometimes I don't talk, Beefy. Sheesh. Okay, so we've got that. I think I want to. I'm gonna copy that. I kind of think I want to do that back here. I think I'm more into that than the other thing I did.
Truth is I'm new in town, and I know how that must sound. So pardon me as I browse around. A little old lady who was in charge of the place, she said take your time, however long that it takes.
Yeah, I'm feeling that. And then
Blueprints of melodies.
okay, so this though, I need to do a thing. Okay, so I feel like the chords are good. So I need to take this part down here, and we want to just take that down an octave. So we get down, and then I want to go back into this expand synth, and that synth bass that was down, I don't think it needs to be. I think it'll be fine in the same octave as the other instruments. So let's hear that now. So the chords are in the correct octave. So we get this. And when we get over here, I want this to
Old sonic recipes. Good thing I charge
yeah, that's working for me now.
around.
Yeah, and then it comes back with this. I do want to take these, maybe make them less aggressive. I'm just going to highlight them and then drag the velocities down like that. So that part will be a little bit less mean.
Blueprints of melodies. Old sonic recipes.
Yeah, now it just makes Glenn's bass sound real big and fat and nasty, and that's what we want right there. Okay, let's click on this guy here. Okay, so next thing I want to get is a chord section here. I almost want to put, let's listen. What's that about? Why are you doing that?
Was in charge of the place. She said take your time, however long that it takes. There's no pressure to buy. When you find something that has some appeal, I'll make you a deal.
I think that needs to be just, we want contrast.
Was in charge of the place. She said take your time.
So I don't want to get too big here. I think if I double up, okay, so here's a trick that I'll little secret that I'll let you guys in on. I'm gonna play along with this, and I'm gonna screw it up, and I don't care that I'm gonna screw it up, because I'm just gonna fix the notes and afterwards. I'm not good at piano, so it doesn't matter. I do need my click though. Okay, so it starts on D. Okay, so those notes that were wrong, it doesn't even matter that they were wrong. I need to get it in there quickly. I don't want to waste a lot of time sitting and relearning the part. I learned the part that repeats, so because the fastest way to get that in was just to play it. But when we get over here, move that note out of the way. Stays on B. And I think I want that to go da da. Do we want all four? I don't think we want all four. Bum, bum, ba, da. And there's I already hear it in my head, but you guys obviously don't, because you're not in my head. But there's going to be some action going on here. There's a reason why I'm not hitting all of the notes. F natural. Yeah. Okay, so now we've got that. What I want to come back and do is I want to double the other guitar. So now it's going to sound like these guys playing together really know what they're doing. I believe that's G. Okay, so what I need to do now is I need to move this out of my way, and then I'm going to magically bring them back and unite them in a minute. B. I think it's... If it's not, it's not, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So let's get this recorded here. This time let's use click. Okay, so let's fix that up. I think I want this to be an F sharp. So check this out. We're just going to take this one, put it back to its size that it was, and we're going to drag it on top of this other one right there. Then we just magically glue them together and put them back where they belong. Okay, and I think these maybe are supposed to be B's. Now I'm going to leave that one, but all of these guys here, I'm going to move over an eighth note. And that's been in my head the whole time that we've been doing this, and now you can hear it. Do 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 da do da do dot. So let's hear that in context. I believe that's going to be wonderful.
Was in charge of the place. She said, take your time, however long that it takes. There's no pressure to buy when you find something that has some appeal. I'll make you
It's obvious what needs to happen there. I'm going to double it in octaves, I think. Let's bring this back and come back here. Don't need click because I got the other rest of the song. Alright, so I messed up a little bit in there, but that's fine. It's all good. It's MIDI. Everything can be manipulated later. Even if it's audio, a lot of times, you know, it's just more data for the machine. Ooh, who's early? Who's early and do we care? I believe it's that one. And I believe I care. Doop-a-doop. Bam! And we don't need this. It's all silent. We don't need this. Go ahead and do that just in case there's any weird noises happening there. And then we'll take this hit and we're just going to nudge you right over like that. There we go. Well, let's hear it now. Seems good. Let's hear it in context. There's a little something going on here. I think it was me. Actually, you know what? I think it's that one's slightly early, and that one is super early. Boy, I really rushed that. Let's just get that out of the way. Turn the we'll just fade that guy out and move this one over some. No, really, I cut the note off right here, officer. Why did I put a phaser there? What was I thinking? Man, you guys catch me doing that again, chastise me. Phaser was not the right call there. Nothing is the right call there. Just good old echo and reverb. Let's look at this thing. Yeah, let's just power you down. I almost wonder. Now, if you were watching last time, you know that this was improvised in chunks. So I just spent way too long doing it. But I improvised, got that. I think that wasn't an improvisation. That was just I screwed up one note and had to fix it. But here's the thing about songwriting is it's all improvising at some point, right? Once you've done it twice, then it's no longer improvising. It's on purpose. So let's see if we can recreate this. Maybe with... I'm hearing strings in this. Taking over the chords. So I'm kind of thinking I would like to hear... We got this here. So if I take that and let's add instrument here. Let's use another expand. Why not? And let's get some. You know what? Let's do. This is one of my things. Let's do that instrument right there. I'm not gonna let you hear it yet. I'm gonna copy this on here and we'll see how it sounds. It may need to go up an octave or so. Let's see what we get with this instrument. We'll turn it down some. Okay, so I see already a couple things need to be done. We only need half of these. Oh, we do need that one. Dot. We'll leave that too. We'll leave this. Okay, but these notes here we're going to delete. And then we're going to make these guys here. Legato. I missed some. How'd I miss those? Oops. No, thank you. Let's get some grid going there. Is it just me or some of these off? Let's set that to eighth notes, and we'll just a general ordinary quantizer. Oh, there we go. Hey, this is an interesting thing Cubase will do sometimes. Is it'll actually push something out of the range. Sure, enlarge the part to be the exact length that it was supposed to be anyway. You know what? I'll bet I had quantize turned off. That's why. Okay, that's all right. We needed to fix up the string part anyway. Okay. Okay, those bells are ridiculous. We don't need those. But listen to this bigness. Here we get this So, love this sound. I've used it in a few things now. It's got some horns and some choirs. What I think I want to do is take the bells actually and replace them. We'll go vocals, and I want a female choir, I believe. Female ooh, there it is. I'm going blind. Okay, so let's hear just this patch. And this has a really smooth tone, and this is a thing that I noticed, especially like working with Glenn's music, is he's got these real nice, kind of gnarly, spiky tones, and you don't want to overproduce it, you don't want to overthink it with that sort of music and those sort of sounds, but it's nice if you can glue things together with a little bit of softness. So let's hear those in context. Much too loud, but yeah. Okay, so we've talked about the lows. Only the bass needs those super lows. About 120, 150. I need to investigate down here real quick because that's abrupt. If I remember, I cut that a little funny. This note ends right there, which seems to be right. Let's get rid of the quantizing here. Yeah, that note ends right there, so I can cut that guy off. We'll just fade that down. And where does this note start? Okay, this note starts there. So we got time. There we go. Get those two pieces joined. Oh, that's a little smoother now. A little easier on the ears. I don't know why I did that hard cut there where it didn't work. Okay, so now here's a thing that I did that I'm going to need to correct for, which let's real quick investigate this. That happens on silences. Yeah, perfect. Nothing weird there. So what I need to do is I need to make this louder because I recorded it too quietly. So what I'm going to do, you can do this and glue it like you would with MIDI. And then you can move everything around and it'll treat it as though it's one piece, one block. But the problem is you can't adjust the volume on them as though it's one block, which is what I really need to do. Notice my clip editing, my volume editing has gone away, which was the whole purpose for gluing them together at this point, is because I want to increase the volume of those. What we can do instead of gluing, though, is we go to audio and we bounce selection. And it's going to ask us, do you want to replace the events? And we're going to say yes. And now it's one audio file. So it's actually taken those 3 audio files, dumped them out, processed them together to be one, and then re-imported that single file back. So now instead of having 3 different audio files with different starts and ends, now this is an actual 4th audio file composited from them. So now I can take this and do that with it, because I recorded that way too quiet. So now I should have plenty of headroom over here to get it up to. Okay, excellent. That's working for me. So now we're going to add another track. We're going to go for a mini Moog. And it may just be the sound. That's pretty close to what we're going to use, just the default sound on the mini Moog. Let's drag this guy down here. Okay, so we got remember that time I played notes and then forgot them? Oh, I do go. I think I'm actually going to turn quantize off as well. I want this to be a little bit more fluid. What's going on there? I don't want that. Okay, next part. Close. Oh. Really? Cubase? What's your damage? I will be faking that part. Okay, so next thing here. Okay, so now all of this here we can just select and glue. Now it's all one part. Sometimes my controller decides that a note needs to be much softer than I played it. Okay, that one is the one that only note that I needed to move. Oh, of course you're gonna shift over like that. Okay, now here we get last two notes are wrong. A, starts on A. Wrong. Okay, so over. Is auto cue is off now. Okay. Myself a little bit of lead in there. Oh, derp. Do 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 do. I'm not sure why it felt the need to put those, like, I did not hit those at the same time. Is that not working? That's interesting. That's working. Okay. Now let's take a look at that sound. And what I want is a really pure sort of sine wavy sort of a thing. And we're going to kill the... I don't need that. It's not chorus. Where is it? No? Gotta hit my loop. This attack here should be giving me a little... We got some glide. Let's make it monophonic. Okay. That's working better there. I want this attack to be less... Is it... That's the filter contour. Working. Let's get that mixed in a little better. Okay, so I don't want this panning that's going on here. Where is that coming from? That's better. Okay, let's get wacky here for a second. Sharps. Oops. I unselected my notes. Okay, let's listen to that solo and make sure I like that. I think I want to soften that sound up some more. I like that one better. Here we go. Okay, I don't like the harmonies. I thought I would like the harmonies, but I don't. I do like the change in sound. Okay, now when we get here, we can paste that. We can also paste this one there. And then there's no pressure to buy when you find something that has some. This part here, a little trick we can do. I would like to have this doubled in another octave. So what I'm going to do is grab these notes. I'm going to copy them. And then I'm going to grab them and drag them down an octave. And then I'm just going to paste the original notes right back in. Okay, so both of these. Early. Okay, so it goes right there. Down on the other one. Right. And I think that's where I'm going to leave that one for now. I'm probably going to export those out and let Ty or Tanner, probably Ty, take over and add some things and remove some things and jangle some things and do as he likes with it. All right, so let's close this one. And then I'm going to open this one right here, this podcast ending. Now notice all I've done with this so far is just drag it in. I haven't done anything else interesting with it. Just dragged it in. Now this was an MP3, so it's going to have some dead space, but that doesn't even matter to us right now because we're not lined up on anything, right? So let's see here. I'm going to cut this off. I'm going to take this guy here and put it right there on the start of that note.
This is the end of the podcast, and we hate to see you go, but we'd love to watch you leave.
Okay, now, clearly it's like a 17-second song. He did not record this to a click or anything. He just sat, recorded it. And what we want to do is add some things to this and play around with it. So what I've got to do before I can start adding MIDI stuff, I don't have to, but I want to, is I want to line up the tempos here. So what I need to do is sort out sort of, first off, we've got this, we want to change this tempo to be tempo track. We don't want it to be fixed. We want to make sure that it's using a tempo track, and then I'll show you the tempo track in just a second. Okay, so we need to find 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now right there is a pretty clear spot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with quantize on, so that I can start right there on that beginning of measure 2. And I'm going to drag over to the nearest place. And then I'm going to turn quantize off. I'm going to zoom way in, and I'm going to drag this little hand here. I'm going to drag it back to there.
And we hate, and we hate, and we hate.
That looks pretty good.
And we hate.
Okay, so we've got a section here, and what I'm going to do is tell the project. Beat calculator, there it is. Okay, I'm going to come over here, and it knows that I've selected this much data. Now I'm going to tell that it's more than 4 beats. That was 16 if I remember correctly. So 16 beats. So it looks like Glenn's saying this at about 129.39 BPM. And I'm going to insert that tempo at the tempo track start. And notice how now it has lined up the part that I did right on this grid. So we go.
This is the end of the podcast, and we hate to see.
Now what I'm going to do for this next part is I'm going to turn quantize back on, and I'm going to select from here. Oh, I need that to actually be on the beat there. There we go.
This is the hate to see you go.
3, 4, 1. Now from there, he slows it down at the end. But what I want to get is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to get this part lined up perfectly. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And it looks like he may be, he's pretty close. It looks like it speeds up ever so slightly. Let's go ahead and turn quantize off, and we're going to come over here, zoom way in, we're going to grab right onto that, and we're going to tell it that that was 8 beats, and notice 129.91, and we're going to add that at selection start. So now notice how that is now lined up right on measure 8. When we get here, so now I'm going to grab quantize on again. I grab here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And I'm going to hit that right there. And let's see right where he strums that chord. It's right there. So we're going to drag this back. We're going to save. Turn this off. We're going to zoom way in. And I'm going to call it right there after that 9. It looks like right there's where he strums. Okay, so we take that. And then we're going to tell it that that selection was 4 beats. And notice now we're at 126.83, so that's pretty close. He didn't speed up and slow down a lot. Then we enter that at selection start. So now, if I hit Control T, we're going to pull up our tempo map. And that's going to show us what the tempo is doing. So notice here, come back, and the song is only, 16 bars long or so. So it's nothing over there. But notice we start here, it pops up just a little bit, and then it slows back down right there. Now check this out. If I hit my metronome and turn on click, and we play along with this, let me hit F2, you can see the tempo right here.
podcast.
And it looks like he's a little bit... I need to do that first 4 measures.
But we'd love to watch you leave.
Because it lines up over the 8, but I didn't feel like it lined up on 4. So let's do to here. And notice I've got that little bit right there.
Podcast.
Yeah, that feels like I'm a little bit early there. So let's grab that over right to where he hits that.
Podcast.
There it is. We go to project. We do beat calculator. We call that 8 beats. Oh, that must be 16 beats. No? How many beats have I selected here? 12. Okay. 12 beats. All right, so we do that, and we're at 128, and we're going to do that at selection start. And we get...
This is the end of the podcast. And we hate to see you go, but we'd love to watch you leave. This is the end of the podcast.
And now we're lined up to the click.
To see you go, but we'd love to watch you leave.
So that is how you take something that was recorded without a click or not knowing what the click is. If something, even if it was recorded to a click, you would use that same method to get everything lined up so that it would go to the click. And now everything lines up perfectly. So now you know how to do that. So I am going to call it a day for now. I am Ailsean from the Grammar Club, and I will see you later.